Welcome to today's segment of Reportage. In today's segment of Reportage, I have with me Sebastian Joseph, who has come up with a brilliant book titled The Emergency, published by Kona Publication House. The book talks in detail what led to the emergency of 1975 and what were the factors responsible for which Indira Gandhi imposed emergency in India. Let's listen into the author. Mr. Joseph, for the viewers, please explain it. How did the Allahabad High Court verdict against Indira Gandhi influenced her decision of emergency?
In the election contest with Indira Gandhi, Rajnaran was very sure of his victory, and even before the counting, he made the celebration and a victory march. But when the votes were counted, he lost. That was why he was compelled to file a suit in the Allahabad High Court. And Justice Sinha, the judge, he made a verdict in favor of Rajnaran, and Indira Gandhi was compelled to hang in power, and that persuaded her to implement emergency.
So, was this response from emergency from Indira Gandhi to impose emergency? Was it a genuine threat to the national security, or was it just to consolidate her more power?
Not a genuine justification for the national security, but it was sheer her power hunger.
So she actually basically wanted to consolidate more power, right?
Correct?
So she wanted to actually consolidate more power.
Of course, she wanted to hang in power, and she wanted to consolidate power into herself and her son.
So the theory of the threat to the national security, in which it was alleged that opposition is backed by CIA. All these theories are wrong.
I didn't get you.
The theory of saying that India had a national security threat.
Yes.
All these theories propounded by that Congress government was wrong.
I didn't get you.
Sir, I'm asking you the theory which was propounded by the Indira Gandhi people close to the Indira Gandhi, that there was a threat to the national security. That theory was wrong.
That was wrong. There was no national security for the. There was no national security. It was only a threat to Indira Gandhi and her coterie.
Okay. Did she saw it as a temporary measure or a long-term solution?
Initially, she didn't presume how long it will extend, but because of by virtue of certain other outside compulsions, she was forced to declare elections, and that made the resurgence and re-emergence of Indian democracy.
So, talk a bit about her advisors and inner circle. How did they influence this decision of emergency?
Her most favored advisor was Siddhartha Shankar Ray, and he was advising her in declaring the emergency. And her son Sanjay Gandhi also was very sure that Indira should not resign and relinquish power. So these two factors compelled to declare emergency. On the legal side, Siddhartha Shankar Ray was giving the advice, and on the other side, Sanjay was giving the advice.
So, most talked about her inner circle is her son, Sanjay Gandhi. Talk a bit
Yes.
about Sanjay Gandhi. How did he played out during the emergency?
And he made forceful sterilizations, hundreds, thousands, and also brutal slum clearance, and also to hang in power. He made a quarter of him, and made all the most brutal and cruel actions and activities.
So he wanted to actually take the power from her mother. That's why he imposed the emergency.
In a way, he wanted to take the power from mother, and he was against when Indira declared elections. Sanjay was very against. So that shows he wanted to retain power in himself.
Sir, explain it to for the viewers. How did the press censorship and mass arrests shape the public perception of Indira government?
The press was censored, and they were not allowed to publish a single piece of news items. So, after all, every news went to people by rumor, and they knew it in a distorted way. If press was sensitive and not censored, then they should have given the right version. But when it was censored and press was not allowed to publish the news, so all the news was distorted by the people, and it spread from people to people like wildfire. So
Yes, please go ahead.
As a result, people had a very grim, distorted view of what really was. It was really, of course, grim and very cruel and tyrannical. And apart from that, because the press was in clutches, the people were getting a very different version of the actual reality.
Mr. Joseph, let me ask you this thing. Do you think press right now is free? Do you think they are doing their job
When now
in today's times? Is press doing its job?
not at all. No, I don't say the press is doing the right way, doing in the right way. But when compared to the emergency days, this period is better. So if you ask, I can say both the periods are like devilish, but the present period is better devilish.
So if we compare both the eras, who do you think is more appropriate, Indira Gandhi's times or present times for the press?
I say it is the present times.
Sorry, I didn't get you, sir.
I say it is the present times, sir, because during the days of Indira Gandhi, means the period of emergency, or the fundamental rights were all suspended, the press was censored, and all the leaders were detained. There were even JP Morarji and all the senior leaders
Mr. Joseph, don't you think that press is right now also censored, but in an indirect manner?
In a way, it is partly censored, and also there is no right way of judicial and press activity. That is say that I can say. But when compared to the emergency days, now it is better.
Mr. Joseph, I want to understand from you, what lessons can today's leader learn from the emergency period?
They should allow press freedom, also judicial freedom, and there should not repeat what happened during the emergency days. That
And
is the
you do
lesson.
believe that today there is neither the press freedom nor the judicial freedom.
Now there is a judicial freedom, of course, but there is a tendency for the government to somehow curtail the press and the judicial freedom, of course, but
And,
that is not up to the mark of what happened during the emergency days.
and it is a learning lesson for today, present generation leadership.
I didn't get you.
And it is a learning lesson for the present leadership.
Of course, that is a lesson for the present leadership. That emergency period, that's what happened during the emergency. That is a lesson for the leaders of the new year, this era.
Mr. Joseph, let's end this small, short discussion on this note that the present leaders should learn and understand from emergency. And let me hold your book once again so that it reaches maximum people, they get it, read it, buy it, and understand the era of emergency. Pleasure talking to you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Please subscribe to our channel Roportaj and press the bell icon to remain updated.